This economy is so bad, you'll be sitting here thinking you're bad with money, and all you did was buy food. That's it.
You can't even ride around and clear your mind no more. Your gas tank gonna be clear before your mind is.
A pilot got on here and said, hey, it's hard for me to find a job. A pilot.
We get paid twice as much or even 3 times as much as our parents and grandparents made, and we don't own half of the things that they own.
When I go on Facebook Marketplace and people are reselling things at cost. At cost.
Scams have turned from, oh, you won the lottery, oh, you won a free cruise trip, oh, you won a free car, to remote job paying $20 an hour.
There's no more free trial period for subscription services like Netflix. I just signed up for Netflix recently.
It seemed like the landlords, the utility companies, and the streaming services is all jumping us at one time, and we is losing.
I work at a dental office, and people keep mass canceling their appointments because everyone keeps losing their insurance coverage.
Yo, the 2026 cost of living is ridiculous. Have you noticed in 2026, everything is an arm, a leg, and a head? Speaking of a head, you can't seem to get ahead. You're staying stagnant or falling back. You might be backtracking. Where you used to be, you're not no more. These days, if you got any savings, you're doing great. If you're able to live on your own, you're doing great. Mostly everybody got a roommate. If it's your spouse, that's fine. But we talking about people staying with people just so they have somewhere to stay. We both got a low income, put it together, we won't be out on the streets. Everybody else, they one paycheck away from being out on the streets. It's crazy, man.
Why does everything have to be $10 million when I become an adult? Okay, why? You go to the grocery store, you got 10 things in your cart, $200. You go to look for an apartment, studio apartment, $1,500. And anything less than that, you finna be in the trenches with the mice, the roaches, the crackheads, and who knows whatever the fuck else. What the? Hello? When my mama had me, apartments was $300. God damn it, $300. And don't even get me started how no motherfucking body decided, hey, let's build some generational wealth. So now I'm stuck. Now I gotta do it. And it's hard. It's harder now than it was back then because we got 8 million different things we have to pay $10,000 for. Like,
think about this for a second. Since 2009, rent has exploded, groceries have exploded, gas, utilities, insurance, everything costs so much more. And everyone says, oh, it's inflation. Okay, I get that. But the federal minimum wage is still $7.25. That means somebody working a full-time at minimum wage makes about $15,000 a year before taxes. And before you come at me and tell me nobody works for minimum wage anymore, they actually do. You'd be highly surprised. Who's going to serve you your food at your favorite fast food restaurant down the road? Someone still has to do the job, and yet they're not paying anything. People love to say, just work harder. There are people out there working 2 jobs and still scraping by. I'm sorry, it's not a work ethic problem. It's a they're not paying anything problem. And the people who say, go get a better job. I have a master's degree and hardly anyone still hires. Good luck to you.
So we all just collectively tired of this shit. Getting up every single day, going into work, working hard. And it's like the second you think you're comfortable, maybe a little caught up, and shit just starts changing. Everything gets even more expensive. Groceries, gas, taxes, everything. I went to fill up my gas tank yesterday and it was $83. Okay. The electric is going up like crazy. Like this past winter, was crazy. They increased the rates for electricity and heat at the beginning of the winter, and then we just got notification that they're increasing them again. Taxes went up. They just doubled them shits. I'm not even exaggerating. I looked at the rates just in the middle of the year because the mill rate went up. I looked at the taxes from the year before, and it was like they took everybody's taxes and said, what's the taxes number? Double that shit, because they literally doubled it. And then it doesn't help. The mortgage rates ain't really going down. They went down, 3/4 of a point. So was able to capitalize on that. But wow, they're going right back up. Groceries is, we already know, it's just crazy. It's like you're just working and working and working. It used to be work, pay bills, have a little bit of fun. Now it's like you're literally working to survive. There's no in between. And I feel sorry for people that have already hit rock bottom and just can't do anything else. Like, what are we doing, y'all? I'm ready to do something. What are we gonna do? This ain't working. I was so excited yesterday because I was frustrated at work because it's just so much work. My boss took me to Starbucks to buy me a coffee, and I'm like super excited about that. Like, I'm so excited that I got a coffee. Just that little glimpse of happiness. I don't know, y'all, but I'm praying for all of us. We gonna get through this.
When was the last time you had fun? This is how I look at it. You get a car to go to work. That car is always at your job. You don't get to enjoy it because you have to work so much. You get a job to get a house or somewhere to stay. Could be an apartment, could be a townhouse. You're never at that home, apartment, townhouse, wherever. You're never there because your body's always at work. You don't get to enjoy the things that you work for in this economy. You don't even get to go out and have fun no more. Survival mode has become a way of life, and I don't like that.
In this time and age, if you call anyone broke, you're just corny. Because anytime I see anybody with a car and it's like a 2007, like whatever, and people are like, you can't get a newer car, I'm jealous of that person because most likely, they're not making car payments. I'm jealous if you're not making car payments. In this economy, how are you not broke? And I know there are people who are millionaires. I'm not, whatever. But like overall, like the average day person, you work an average job and you calling someone else broke who works an average job makes no sense.
At all.
Talking about, well, bitch, you work at McDonald's. Fuck. Don't you work at Target? I don't know, like, why are you being mean to, like, people who work in the same facet of, it's both customer service? Like, I don't know. I never understood that. Because, like, okay, girl, like, she's making 16, you're making 17. Woo. Like, we're all wage slaves, babe. All of us. So, just because you're mad calling someone else broke is, I don't know. I feel like that shit is corny. And I feel like this is the wrong time to be calling anyone broke. Especially if y'all are both working minimum wage jobs. I work a minimum wage job. I'm not shading nobody that does. I'm just saying when people do, it's I don't know. It's corny.
People who feel low about themselves belittle others to feel better about themselves. They may not like their circumstances. It uplifts them to talk about somebody else, to make it seem as if they're doing better than them when they're in the same boat. You know what I mean? Why are you calling somebody broke when you're broke? That happened with my brother before, back in the school days, before times got as hard as they are. Times were still hard for certain groups of people, right? Where we shopped at, it was lower than JCPenney. It was AJ Wright, Burlington, Fallah's. This specific store that we shopped at all the time back then was called Value City. This was the department store. They also have a clothing store. Y'all heard me talk about this before. Follow me now. Dude was talking about my brother pants, laughing at him. Ha, you got on them cheap pants. He had the same pants on. That ties into the lesson that I'm making. When people feel bad about where they are in life or the things that they have, they talk about other people to try to make themselves feel better when they're in the same boat. That was the perfect example to tie it all together. That happened. Same thing with somebody calling somebody broke due to their job when they're in the same tax bracket. Hey, yo, family, I want to know, what are some things that you feel are just too expensive in 2026? What's just breaking you to pay for it, but you know you got to buy it? I love seeing y'all comment. If you want to see more content like this, smash the subscribe button. I appreciate y'all. Peace. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Shalom.